Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Lots to talk about today, starting with, of course, Varun Chakravarty being added in the squad against England for the ODIs. That was a surprise to all of us. But what we're going to talk about is whether or not that is a hint that Varun Chakravarty is being prepared for the Champions Trophy. After that, we'll obviously speak about Jasprit Bumrah's fitness updates. We're not sure what's happening there, but at this point, is it a concern for Champions Trophy? We'll also speak about that. Joining me today is Vaibhav Tripathi and Bharat Ramraj. We'll start with Vaibhav. Tomorrow we're looking at the first ODI. Of course, all eyes are on Varun Chakravarty at this point because that's the most exciting news that has come out of the Indian camp. But when you talk about yesterday's practice sessions, Varun Chakravarty was a part of it. What really happened? Tell us all the details.
Yeah, there was a practice session in the afternoon. The team were getting accustomed to the conditions and, of course, to the heat of Nagpur because, although it's a month of February, but it feels like it's already May here. So, because the temperatures are hovering around 40 degrees. So, yeah, the team was getting accustomed to the.
Oh, little bit of a problem there from Vaibhav's side. Yeah, I think he's having trouble with his internet. Sorry about that. But Bharat, we'll get the details later. Vaibhav will join us back. But Bharat, I was reading your piece about Varun Chakravarty, whether or not he's ready. There he is. He's back, Vaibhav. I'll get back to you, Bharat. Please continue.
Yeah, so regarding Varun Chakravarty, so Varun was part of the practice session yesterday, and he bowled to the main batters, the likes of Virat Kohli, Shubman Gill, Rohit Sharma, and Yashasvi Jaiswal. These four were batting together in the two nets, separated just slightly to the center of the wicket, and these four batters were batting, and they were giving it a free swing. Like Varun Chakravarty and Kuldeep Yadav both were bowling in tandem, so it was a sort of indication that if Varun gets a place in the Champions Trophy squad, we might see both of them bowling together. So yeah, it was good practice session yesterday. It was more about getting accustomed to the conditions, as I'm saying. Also, the best part about yesterday's practice session was to see Mohammad Shami bowling for 1.5 close to 2 hours. He bowled at full tilt 1.5 close to 2 hours yesterday, and that's a good sign because see, if Jasprit Bumrah is not there, then Mohammad Shami obviously becomes the leader of the pace attack. And if Mohammad Shami is fit, that's a good sign for India ahead of the three-match ODI series because Shami is obviously Bumrah is not there for the first two ODIs. So Shami will automatically lead the pace attack. Yes, Arshdeep is there. Arshdeep is in fine form in white ball cricket, but again, Arshdeep is inexperienced when it comes to one-day cricket. Yes, he's coming out of the Vijay Hazare Trophy as the highest wicket taker, but again, you need experience. You need experience at the other end when the runs are being scored. So that experience you will get from Mohammad Shami. So it was good to see Mohammad Shami bowling full tilt yesterday. Varun Chakravarty for bowled for around 1 hour again. Shubman Gill, who came out for the media briefing, he batted for an hour. And then after all the batters batted for 1.5 hours, they were playing football at the end of the day to sum up everything. And then Shubman Gill came for the post match for the press conference, and he informed at that time he was asked whether Varun Chakravarty is being part of the squad or not. So he said he's a part of the squad and he's been added to the squad as well for the series. But all now it's an sort of indication that just like what I was saying yesterday, that if Bumrah misses out, there are chances of Varun Chakravarty being a part of the squad. And he was, in my mind, I had no doubt that Varun should miss out on the Champions Trophy because when you see his record, not just in T20s for India, if you see his record in Vijay Hazare Trophy as well, after Rashdeep, he was the highest wicket taker with 18 wickets. So it's not like he hasn't played 50 over cricket. He has played 50 over cricket. He has done well as well. Yeah, there are, sometimes there are concerns over his fitness when it comes to 50 over format, whether he'll be able to get through the 10 overs or not. But he has played the Vijay Hazare Trophy. He did well, and despite doing well, despite ending as one of the highest wicket takers, he couldn't find a place in the 11. And that was surprising for me because when you play a tournament, when you play any tournament, domestic cricket, you do well, So you deserve a place. You should get an opportunity. But that was disheartening for Varun as well. He should have been feeling like why I missed out. But now there is an opportunity, there is a window. If Bumrah misses out, I am seeing Varun Chakravarty replacing him, and that should always be the case.
I have another question for you since you're talking about Nagpur. How will the pitch be at Nagpur?
See,
Any insights on that?
typically Nagpur is a slow pitch. With sun beating down on the pitch, it's always going to be favorable for the spinners. Even this question was asked to Shubman Gill yesterday in the press conference. He said that although he didn't look at the wicket, he was batting. He didn't went to the center wicket, but the main thing that he said that they are trimming the grass. Yeah, there was grass earlier, but now they are trimming the grass. So I don't think there will be much of grass when the match will be played tomorrow. It's a typical slow wicket. So, like Shubman Gill he also hinted at the because he's the vice captain. He also hinted at the team combination. He said one spinner and one spin bowling all rounder. That's what he said. So it's good. It's going to be a typical Nagpur wicket. Uh, Obviously, there will be a bit of assistance at the start, but not much. Not much. I don't think after 1 or 2 hours you will get to see the ball moving a lot. It will be typical Nagpur wicket, spinners having a lot, spinner doing the bulk of the job during the middle overs, and but given the one day format and how the pitches have been prepared, I think still you will see a score of 300 plus, because obviously both teams are batting heavy. Both teams are having long batting lineups, so you'll still see a high scoring match. In case if there is no collapse, then it will be a high scoring match.
Bharat, I was reading your piece in the morning about whether or not Varun Chakravarty can be effective on the Dubai pitch. But now that he's in that ODI side, it gives you a little bit of a hint that they might just look at Chakravarty for the Champions Trophy squad. So, what are your thoughts at this point?
Yeah, a few things, few times I've noted it as well that he's at the peak of his prowess and this is the right time to pick him. I understand there are a few things going against him. People talk about how who balls, the spinners who ball slower through the air tend to do better in Dubai. The other one, obviously, the dew factor could also come into the equation in Dubai. And present in ILT20, pace bowlers are doing quite well. It's not spinners, but pace bowlers are doing quite well in ILT20. But Chakravarty is not your typical spinner. He doesn't fall into left arm. Obviously, he's not left arm spinner. He doesn't fall into being an off spinner. He doesn't. He's not a wrist spinner as either. He's somewhat a combination of a little bit of wrist spin, a little bit of finger spin, and then he bowls obviously quicker through the air, gets a little bit of bounce. So he's his own version. So whether some other finger spinner bowls slower to the air, I don't think it is comparable to what Chakravarty does because he's different. So he's at the peak of his prowess. He's someone who's not just depending on his variations. He's getting bounce. Obviously, he's also looking to bowl, get that little bit of side force going. That is a little bit more side spin, experimenting with different things. When a bowler is experimenting like that with different things, he's obviously touched his peak. So this is the right time, I guess, to pick him in the ODI squad as well for the Champions Trophy.
Yeah. There's a question for you from Priyanshu. Will India play both Varun and Kuldeep? Then batting ends at number 7, that too, and all round. You're on mute, Bharat.
I guess it's better to go with only one of them. But if it gets into such a situation where India maybe have lost 1 or 2 matches or something on those lines, then India can look to maybe experiment a little bit, pick both spinners because obviously both are wicket-taking options. But again, that depends on whether India will start the tournament well or not. Upfront, I guess only one of them will play. But if India loses a couple of games, then maybe it's better to experiment with both.
Yes. More questions. We have a lot of comments. Bhavik, we've already spoken about the nature of the pitch. I'm. Uh, I hope you didn't miss that because we spoke about it. If you replay it a little bit, you'll find it. Tarun saying wicket keeper Rishabh Pant or KL Rahul. Vaibhav, your thoughts?
See, KL Rahul is your first choice wicket keeper, and he hasn't done anything wrong to to be sidelined. And also, you should look at Rishabh Pant's record in one day cricket. He has played a handful of one days. He has played considerable amount of cricket in one day, that you cannot say that he has got limited opportunities. He has got his opportunities, but he hasn't done well in place. KL Rahul has done exceedingly well. If you look at his last World Cup as well, ever since he has come into the role of middle order at number 5, he has done well. So I don't see any reasons why KL Rahul shouldn't start in the playing 11. So it is KL Rahul for me as your first choice wicket keeper.
Yeah, just at a point, it may not be true, but the grey point going around, again, these things, it may not prove to be true. It is that Rishabh Pant is perhaps slightly ahead. That is as per the management, though I agree with Vaibhav when it comes to KL. Maybe he's a left-hander. They're looking at it on those lines or whatever it is.
But I don't understand. See, the last time you played a one day ICC tournament, 50 over ICC tournament, all of your top five batters were right-handers, and still you did well. All of them scored over 300, 400 runs. So I don't think it's about left-hander, right-hander. Whoever is more suitable to the playing 11, whoever is in better form, whoever has scored runs, whoever has given you performances, I think he should be a part of the 11, irrespective of whether it's the right hander or left hander. Because it's not about now it's not about the combination of having a left hander, right hander. If that's the case, then Yashasvi Jaiswal should start ahead of Shubman Gill, but that will not be the case. So I don't know, but if that is like, I will be disappointed, and even KL Rahul will be disappointed if he misses out in the first ODI.
One question for you, Vaibhav. Rohit struggled against pace yesterday. Is this true?
See, I don't say he struggled, but yeah, he was hopping and jumping around when there was few balls bowled in the back of the line delivery, and that has been the case ever since the Chennai test, when Hassan Mahmood got him out with a wobble seam. So yeah, you know, since ever since the home test season where India played against Bangladesh and New Zealand, other batters were getting out to spin. It was Rohit Sharma who was getting out to pace. Whether it was Matt Henry, Hassan Mahmood, Will O'Rourke, every pacer troubled him. But in one day cricket, I said in the yesterday's video as well, after the practice session was done, that Rohit is a completely different batter when it comes to white ball cricket. So I don't see him getting troubled a lot, especially on these flat tracks. Like in India, in or wherever you'll go in white ball cricket, generally the wickets are flat nowadays. So I don't see Rohit Sharma struggling in the match against Pacers.
Absolutely. One question before we start talking about Jasprit Bumrah. What if Shubman, Vaibhav Taragi is asking, what if Shubman has a mediocre series? Do you think then Jaiswal has a chance to open in Champions Trophy? Bharat?
See, average is 58.5 in ODI cricket or whatever it is. So his record is very good. So let us not mix up formats. So even if he fails in the ODIs versus England, I guess they will continue with him in the Champions Trophy. But if he continuously fails in the England ODIs, continuously fails in the Champions Trophy, then I guess there will be pressure on him and Jaiswal will come into the equation. But for now, considering his record, the ODIs against England as well as the Champions Trophy, I guess it will be Shubman Gill.
Yeah. Let's look at some more questions before. Um, I think we've pretty much taken everything. Amir, no, not Amir. Bhavik is asking, is the Indian team liking the oranges from Nagpur? We're not sure. We'll have to ask them. But Vaibhav, at this point, Jasprit Bumrah's fitness is concerning. What we're also hearing is the fact that, Jasprit Bumrah just might miss the Champions Trophy. So, and with everything, the injury, the updates have been kept under wraps. It's pretty secretive from BCCI, from the NCA. Are you concerned?
See, it's a bit of concern, yes, obviously, when a player like Jasprit Bumrah, if he's not playing a marquee tournament like Champions Trophy, obviously a concern. Like Australia will be missing out on Pat Cummins and Josh Hazelwood, so it's a concern for Australia. because two of their most experienced pacers will not be playing the marquee event. But again, as I said yesterday as well, you have enough arsenal in your you have good depth in your bowling resources as well. Even if Bumrah is not playing, then also you have, because when you pick the squad and you pick three spin bowling all rounders plus Kuldeep Yadav, you know what you are expecting from Dubai. You know what you are what conditions will be, like you did in the last year's T20 World Cup. So even if Bumrah misses out, then also you have Mohammad Shami, a fully fit Mohammad Shami. We saw what he did in the last World Cup. He was the for me, he was the player of the tournament, because in the limited number of matches, the impact that he created was second to none. So Shami is a wicket taker. Shami is a when on song. Shami is a wicket taker. Shami is a match winner for you. Arshdeep Singh has done quite well. I am sure he will do well, because he played in the he has played in a bit in UAE, so he knows the conditions there as well. So he will be eager to make a mark in an ICC tournament once again. He did that last year. I'm sure he will do it once again this year as well. So even if Bumrah is not there, you have good depth in your bowling. And obviously nobody is going to fill Bumrah's shoes, but still you have enough resources. And again, if Bumrah misses out, you have depth, and you will be able to get the best out of your resources, whatever is available to you.
Well, there's this question from Aniruddha Dasgupta. He's saying, hello Anirudh. Harshit Rana is a genuine wicket taker. He has pace, bounce, also delivers a good slower delivery. Considering the fact that Bumrah is doubtful, should India try Rana in the first 11 against England?
At some point of time, you would want to see Arshit Rana being tried in that ODI series against England, because that will give you an indicator about his strengths, about his weaknesses. So it's already been noted. See, Arshit Rana, what are his strengths? If you look at his wrist position, he snaps the wrist nicely. Because he snaps the wrist nicely, that is why he gets that little more bounce. Obviously, he's tall, but he also has a good wrist snap. That is why he gets that momentum in terms of pace and bounce. Yeah, it's a good variation. He seems to be a quick learner, and unlike a couple of other HTD pace bowlers, he seems to be mentally quite strong. So even if he gets hit in next game, you expect him to come back. So these are his strong points, but always remember he's still very inexperienced. It's not like he's played some 50 games, 60 games across, or 70 games across formats. He's still inexperienced with two test matches, not a single ODI, and just making an impression in T20 cricket. So it'll take a little bit of time for him, but definitely try him in the ODIs against England at some point of time, because it will also give him that kind of confidence booster that the Indian think tank, Indian selectors are having, showing faith in him.
More questions here, lots of questions coming in actually. Fit Monk, don't know why there is a sudden temptation to pick Chakravarthy just because of his T20 performance. ODI is a different ball game together. Web
I will
of
just
yeah,
I will just add a point to it.
yeah.
Then let him speak it. See, so what exactly does he want Varun Chakravarthy to do? Varun Chakravarthy played in the Vijay Hazare Trophy. As far as I remember, Vijay Hazare Trophy is a 50-over format. That's the best he can do. He took 18 wickets at an average of 10 or something on those lines. It included a 5-for against Rajasthan. In that game against Rajasthan, he got wickets with overspin. He got wickets with side spin. He got wickets by changing his lines and length. So it was not just about his variations. He was hitting good line spot. That's what you need, right? In ODI cricket, the art of repetition comes into the equation. So art of repetition, he did well. He was imparting side spin. He was imparting overspin. So what else do you want Varun Chakravarthy to do? Perhaps take a ride around the world from USA to Vanuatu and come back to Bangalore, and then go back to Kolkata to prove that he is worthy enough to be picked in the Champions Trophy squad or something on those lines. Because he did everything that was supposed to be done in that Vijay Hazare Trophy. At the peak of his prowess. Even if you don't want to consider T20 cricket, let's consider 50-over cricket in Vijay Hazare Trophy.
See, in the past, team management has done this mistake that they have mixed formats. Because of Surya Kumar Yadav's heroics in T20 format, they made him make his debut in T20 in Test cricket. It was in Nagpur only, so that was a mistake. Then taking him to the One Day World Cup was a mistake. Yeah, team management has done these kind of mistakes in the past, mixing formats, but not here, not in this case. If you see Arshdeep Singh was the highest wicket taker, that's why he's in the squad. If you see Varun Chakravarty, he was the second highest wicket taker, as Bharat sir said, second highest wicket taker with 18 wickets, 6 matches, 18 wickets with 2 5 wicket hauls. What else you want? Means what else that guy should do to earn a place in the squad? If we talk about domestic cricket, we talk of everyone will when Karun Nair missed out on the Champions Trophy squad, everyone was talking about why the deserving ones not get opportunity, and when the deserving ones are getting opportunity, then you are questioning him that they are mixing formats. He has done well in T20s. He has done well in one day or 50 over as well, not one days, in 50 over as well. That's why he made the cut. Why are we questioning this decision? It's like beyond me.
I'll just add a point to it. See, sports is not science where there's a particular formula and you apply it and everything will come out right. For example, I go back to the 1996 World Cup. Every single game, it seemed like Inzam Amulak was no good for international cricket. He was getting out for zero, he was getting out for 10. Somewhere John T. Rhodes was running him out, somewhere else Kapil Dev was getting him out, LBW. And then came the semi final, he went and scored a 60. If he had not scored a 60, Inzam Amulak could have been considered as a failure, and someone would have told to Imran Khan that you made a mistake by selecting him ahead of Ghulam Ali, by calling that Ghulam Ali a donkey and Inzam Amulak a horse. That's what he basically said to the selector. That can't you see the difference between a donkey and a horse? Obviously, it could be harsh on Ghulam Ali, but that's what he basically said. If Inzam Amulak had failed, then people would have said Imran Khan, no, you made the wrong judgment. So it's not science where you apply a particular formula and you'll get the answer, or similar to mathematics where you have something on those lines, a formula, whatever, and then you'll get the answer. This is different where certain selections can go wrong. You can only look at the logic. Whether a particular bowler is improved here in this case, as I noted, it's not just imparting more spin, is even imparting side spin. That a spinner like someone, obviously is never going to be the class of Ashwin or different Ashwin, but even like Ashwin is imparting a little bit of side spin. So he's improved as a bowler. He's improved his control. That is why he's taking wickets in the one day arena. That's what the selectors can see. There's no formula where a selection can 100% go right. Even Varun Chakravarty may go out and play in those conditions in Dubai, again take 0 wickets in 3 games, and selectors will be criticized. But logically, everything he did to be selected. So that's all one can see.
Also,
Well,
also last time, also
yeah.
just a small point. Last time when he traveled to Dubai for the T20 World Cup, he was carrying a niggle. He was 100. He wasn't 100% fit. So nobody, not many people know that he was carrying an injury. There was a niggle, and he played with an injury. But these kind of things, they don't get highlighted a lot, and not many people know this. So there are inside stories, but again, you cannot say now this could be a very well written redemption story, that Varun Chakravarty coming back to play in the same condition, same country, and doing well for India and winning India the Champions Trophy. This will be the script.
And there was also a lot of due when India bowled second. So 8 overs, he gave away 57 runs. At least he kept the runs down in those conditions.
Exactly, his economy was good.
Yep. I think valid points brought up by both Weber and Bharat. And on that note, I think we can take your leave. We'll be back at 5, so don't forget to join us then. We'll be bringing up some serious questions and we'll talk about lots more. So much cricket to come, and especially about tomorrow's game. So don't forget to join us then.